You know who it is, everybody. I'm back once again with another hair tutorial. I know it's been a while, but the good folks over at EayonHair sent me this human hair crochet. It's 100% human hair, so I had to try it. I had to. I feel like I have been wondering, when is someone really going to figure out this whole human hair crochet thing? And finally, somebody figured it out. The people over at Eayon decided to send me some curls because they know the curls, that's my style, that's my thing. So I decided I would give it a try and see how I liked it. If you've been here on my channel for a while, then you know that I'm currently on my lock journey. I am about a year and I think 4 months into it. So I was a little iffy on whether I could pull this hairstyle off, but I must say I'm very happy with the results. Okay, as I stated, this hair is from Eayon and this is their water wave crochet human hair in 20 inches. Keep in mind this is a tight curl, so the 20 inches may not look as long as you would expect. So if you want a longer 20-inch look, opt for the longer bundles. And here I'm just showing you kind of the construction of these crochet pieces. It seems like they're pretty much connected by a string. And I really like this because it really makes for a very flat outcome. You don't have any big bulky knots. And here's how my locks are looking about a year and, 4 months into my journey. So they're not super long, so in theory, I was thinking that this should work because my hair isn't super long, it's not super thick. However, you do want to get your hair as flat as possible. So initially, I'm just doing a few cornrows straight back. Also, because I like my locks nice and fluffy, I don't really go for the super manicured look. I don't palm roll my locks. These braids and twists are gonna look super fuzzy and a tad bit crazy during this process, but trust me, it works out in the end. Now, once I get towards the ends of my braids, I am applying rubber bands. I don't use like the usual rubber bands. I use like the other elastics. I don't really know what they're made of, but in my mind they're less likely to tangle, and they also break somewhat easily, which could be a good and a bad thing. Good because it makes it easier to take them off your hair. You don't have to worry about them getting lost in your locks. But bad because if you're not careful, they will break when you do not want them to. So if you decide to use these, be careful. But you'll see later on, I actually took out 2 of the middle cornrows and I split 2 of the middle cornrows in half and made 4 rows of twists in the front and then braided them in the back because I found that it made it a bit flatter at the top. And once I get towards the back, I'm just gonna put my locks in a bun because like I said, they're short enough to where I feel like this hair is gonna hide them and it's not gonna be a big deal. Now, another option is to actually stitch these braids back up. I didn't really wanna do that because I didn't feel I needed to, but if you do plan on keeping this style for a while, you may want to opt for stitching it up. Okay, now we're at the actual crochet stage. As you see, I have my cornrows and I'm just inserting my hook like I would with any other crochet style. I'm gonna sit the hair into the hook, close the hook, pull it through, grab that loop and pull the 2 strands through the loop. And as you can see, like there's practically no knot. The thread that's at the top that's combining each piece of hair makes for a very seamless crochet because you don't have any knot at the end. Like it lays really flat. You can move it around really easily. So it's honestly better than even the synthetic. I mean, obviously it's better than the synthetic hair because it's human hair, but even down to like the install of it is better because the way the human hair is connected. And not only do I crochet under the cornrows, but I crochet anywhere that I feel like I need to fill in. So you'll see that I'm crocheting here basically like a bit of my, basically at the root of one of my locks, but it's like at my sideburn. So I didn't want my crochet to start too high up. But also keep in mind, if you do have locks and you crochet towards your roots, those are going to be a bit more difficult to take out because you won't have as much hair holding the loop open for you to grab and pull out later. Just something to think about. When I took this hairstyle out, I just clipped it at the roots. If you want to save the hair though, again, you want to keep that in mind because it'll be a lot easier to pull out from around a cornrow or a lock versus a few strands of hair. Now you notice as I'm doing these cornrows, I have some hair out in the front. I wouldn't really consider this leave out. It's actually just hair that I guess just broke off from the front of my locks. I really don't know how because I don't even wear my hair back that often. But you know, it happens. It's happened to me. So I'm using that hair kind of as my leave out. If you have, you know, baby hairs or, you know, you want to create some baby hairs, that's an option. Do what you want and what suits you. But if that's not an option for you or that's not something you want to do, I think you could definitely get a cute style even without this hair in the front. I think curls are so forgiving. You really could tease the hair and it could give you the same look. So Eayon sent me 6 packs of this hair, and initially I thought this is not going to be enough hair, especially to cover my locks. But surprisingly, once I started with the first pack, I realized it was more than enough. And by the time I was done, I still had 2 packs left. So this hair goes a long way. Not to mention it's curls, and as you kind of comb it out, I definitely recommend that you comb it out to make it look more natural. But as you kind of finger comb it out, it puffs up and it gives you more volume. So like I said, this hair goes a long way. If you get 6 packs in your head, you're gonna have a lot of hair. But I do, anytime I do a crochet, I try to space the hair out a bit, especially in the back or, you know, places you're less likely to see, just so I kind of, you know, can gauge how far this hair is gonna take me. And also, I don't want the hair to be too big, so I definitely space it out in the back and a little bit on the sides just to see how thick this hair is going to be, and you can always fill in the gaps later. All right, so we're almost there. I know this looks crazy, y'all. I know this looks like I just have a curly wig sitting on my head and the front is giving like not the same texture at all, but trust the process, okay? So right now I'm just finger combing the hair. You can get like a paddle brush, maybe a diamond brush to really brush it out if you want it like really poofy. But I'm just kind of pulling pieces apart by hand so I have a little more control of, you know, the final outcome and it doesn't get too crazy. Next, I tied the hair back and you can see my bun poking out the back, but trust me, you cannot see it when the hair is down. I am gelling my leave out back, if you can call it that. I'm using Gots to Be. And then I tied it up until it dried. And here is the finished look. That's all I have for you guys today. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you don't miss my next video. Until then, peace.